So I'm here with Quinn Bingham, the acting CEO for Pathways to Education. Great to see you. Thank you for the time.
Pleasure to be here.
You're on the hot seat today.
I am happy to be on it.
Well, it's great to be here today. So first of all, tell us a little bit about Pathways to Education, the organization. You know what you're here to represent, and tell us a little bit about your business.
Yeah, I'm happy to. I think the best way, Ross, to describe the organization is start with our mission. And that's to break the cycle of poverty through education. And our focus is on helping young people in high school to graduate high school and remove barriers that may impede them in that process.
How does Pathways to Education differ with other community organizations? What do you think is your differentiation, if you will?
I think the first thing is we are national. So we're across Canada. And no matter where the program starts, it has impact.
Right.
And we know that, and I think this is the second differentiator, is we were really pioneering in our ability to not just qualitatively demonstrate the program has efficacy, but we can tell you based on statistics and just really strong measurement and evaluation rigor, things that you'd see in the business world.
Wow.
We know the program works.
Right.
And it's been
right.
reviewed by a lot of third parties, including the World Bank, consider us one of the best solutions to breaking the cycle of poverty.
So my last question, of course, we've got 500, what we call leaders, or 500 employees plus, and they want to contribute.
Okay.
In my business, we call it a call to action. What can we do to help and participate and to support Pathways to Education?
Let me start with the things you're already doing. So first of all, thank you for your corporate support at Alida. We are an organization that needs charitable contributions to make our work happen. The second thing is, when I think about your business, we'd love to have a conversation about your technology. I think there's a really great opportunity there that we can't pass up. So I'm sure we can have that conversation in the future. And then when I think about your employees, there's several things. First is, that they would personally think about making a contribution to Pathways. If they've been inspired by what they've heard today, we are not a household name. And anything that they can do to help promote what it is that we do would be immensely helpful, and we would be grateful. The final thing is around volunteerism. And I think it's really important if you have staff who want to, kind of get their hands dirty and get involved, look at our programs across the country. We need in excess of 1,300 volunteers every year that commit a year of their time. A really important aspect of the program is that our mentors and tutors commit a year to stay in our students' lives. And if they want to participate and have that rewarding experience I talked about earlier, we would love it if they could engage in that fashion.
Fantastic. So what I heard was talent, treasure, time. It's all the above. How we can invest in technology, of course.
That's exactly it.
No, well, listen, I think this is the beginning of a great partnership. And what I've found over the years, if you lean in, we get a heck of a lot more by helping and participating, and we feed into what really defines what you guys are doing, and the opportunity to draft on such an incredible cause across Canada is fantastic. So thanks for the time. It's terrific to meet you, Clint.
Real pleasure.
Thank you so much, sir. All the best.
Thank you.
So I'm here with Richard Fung, who is a graduate and alumni of Pathways to Education. Also an entrepreneur running your own business. Can you share with our employees, what are some of the challenges that you would have faced and that many kids are facing today growing up in a community where there isn't a ton of opportunity like Regent Park at the time?
Yeah, I think a lot of people, what they don't understand, there's a lot of little things that you take granted for.
Okay.
The one thing Pathways is really good about is it's very specific to each community.
Okay.
Right. So for me in Regent Park, the biggest thing was there's no high school in the community.
Okay.
So we'd have to travel out,
Right.
Which means we'd have to pay for bus tickets.
Right.
And that's an added cost, especially for parents that work 2 jobs and are already trying to kind of make ends meet.
Yeah.
It's an added cost for each child or each student that's going to high school. And we know how expensive bus tickets can add up to. So it's just a little thing like that to even just get to school.
Right.
Another thing would be sometimes a lot of students will skip meals, right? They don't have money for lunch. Most times if they can, they'll bring a lunch. So sometimes Pathways will come in and get the school to kind of put in a lunch program and help with that and kind of, so we're just able to get a meal at that time and not kind of just starve ourselves. Another thing too that a lot of people don't understand is in the morning, a lot of times, a lot of a couple of students will show up late, and the teacher will come in, and you're already kind of stigmatized, right? Oh, okay, this person's always going to come in late. They're from this community, right? What they don't understand is a lot of times they have younger siblings,
Yeah.
and their job is to take their siblings to school
Wow.
first, to elementary
Wow.
school. So they got to walk them to school so that they're on time. And then they have to go and get to school, which is outside of the community. At least in Regional
Right.
Park, it's outside of the
Right.
community. So they're probably a good 30 minutes late to class. And sometimes, some teachers, not all, but some teachers don't get that. That's the reason why. They just think they woke up late and they're just slackers, right? So they don't necessarily understand the situation. And I think what helps is having the student parent support workers or coaches to come in and say, hey, listen, like this is the reason why they're showing up late. Right.
Awesome. Well, thank you for helping to educate our employees just a little bit about how it impacted you. And again, congratulations on just an amazing, amazing contribution and the success of your business.
Thank you. Appreciate it.